Drop the gun! Show me your hands!
Welcome to the Weekly Homicide Report, the weekly program where we talk about all the people that needlessly died at the hands of another person. Now, before we take a look at this week's graph, it must be noted that by my estimate, more than 10,000 people have died at the hands of another human being so far this year. On a positive note, we passed 10,000 a week earlier last year than this year. Now let's take a look at this week's graph. Chicago reported 18 homicides this week. It's not the most they've had in 1 week because 3 weeks ago they had 24. But it's the second highest, and it's official, the summer numbers are in full force, and it's just getting started in Chicago. So Philly is showing 3. 3 is the lowest weekly total they've had all year. The site says it's updated, so I guess the shooters have all had bad aim because bullets have been flying in Philly. In the last 3 days, 8 people were shot. Fortunately, none of them have died. New York City reported 8, 5 of which were shootings. I did a short this week on how shootings are down in New York, but stabbings are up and slashings are up. So take away the guns and the up-close and personal attacks go on the rise. Houston reported 5 fatal human attacks as the 4th largest city in America does its best to keep pace with the largest city in America. Baltimore is showing 6 homicides. Baltimore had 335 in total in 2022. And in this week last year, they had 151. So maybe things are getting safer in Baltimore? New Orleans reported 3 this week, and the city is boasting a 12% drop from this time last year. DC reported 8 and has surpassed the 100 mark. This is the first time they've hit 100 this early in the year in 20 years. Their numbers are up 19% over this same time last year. Now for some just overall totals. Kansas City had 6 and sits at 80. Columbus, Ohio, 71. Las Vegas, 65. Milwaukee, 62. They're reporting 27 fewer this year than last year at the same time. Birmingham, 62. Jackson, Mississippi, 41. Portland, Oregon, 36. Minneapolis, 27. San Francisco, 21. And Rochester, New York is reporting 19 on the year. There were 11 mass gun events, which is a step down from the 27 we had the week prior. We hit the 275 mark on June 4th. A number that we didn't hit until June 19th last year. And last year we had 646. The over-under is still at 700, and I'm still taking the over. Chicago has only reported 9 of these incidents, and we are 2 weeks ahead of pace, even without Chicago not carrying things this year like they normally do. It's getting bad everywhere. There were 15 reported defensive use of a firearm incidents. I covered many of them in this video. This is a really low number and hopefully gets back up there next week. We lost 2 officers from gunfire this week. I covered both of them in this video. Both died on June 2nd. Corporal Sean Kelly of Denham Springs and Sergeant Corey Maynard from the West Virginia State Police. We also lost Canine Chase from a heat stroke. Canine Chase was 4 years old and had served with the Cobb County Police Department in Georgia for 3 years and 2 months. He died when the air conditioner malfunctioned in his handler's patrol car. There were also 8 officers injured by gunfire in the line of duty last week. Well, that's all I have for you today, but I'll be back next week with the week 24 numbers. Until then, have a great week, and I'll catch you next week.